Princess, you could never guess how happy I am to be here.
Yeah, I bet you are.
It's a good thing you don't bring your old man along on trips like these.
Hey, wait a minute. Let's just leave my husband out of it.
This love affair. This love affair. This love affair. Oh, my heart.
Hi, I'm Junior Giscombe, and you're watching The Real Soundcheck Podcast.
Hi, this is Carl McIntosh from the group Loose Ends, and you are watching the Real Soundcheck Podcast.
What's up, people? This is your boy Omar saying you're watching the Real Soundcheck Podcast.
Hey, and here we are. We are indeed the Real Soundcheck Podcast. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Yeah, man. Fellas, how we doing? How we doing? How we doing?
Brand check.
Brand check.
Brand check.
Brand check.
We're repping.
Yeah.
We're repping. It's equal size today. Equal size.
In it.
Exactly.
Fully repping today. This is good. Wow.
And there's no conversing or organizing this. We just wear what we wear.
Yeah, we just popped up like this.
Top.
Yeah.
Off the top.
Sound check and One Nation. Love it.
Love it. Use with the stuff we use.
Oh, Friction, I'm gonna need you to settle on them bombs when we're hearing lyrics like that, man. Jeez, look, yeah, man, how you mean?
Bombs line up. I'm slipping, man.
Settle on them bombs, jeez. Salute to all the people in the chat. Look at all the messages coming in already. Flipping heck.
Karen James, how are you? Mitchy Boo, our moderator.
Always first in.
Yeah. Our wonderful mod, Michi Boo. Give thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Mitch, that's like Kiwi
Vinyl
Drake.
Sofa. What's up, Vinyl Sofa?
Good evening.
What, they're starting already? Hold on. Where are we?
Ooh. I'm here to tell you.
All right.
Sorry, have I missed something?
We'll have to talk about that in the how was your weekend? Yeah, in the how was your weekend section.
Okay. Let me stay on track with the comments then. Yeah, we got MD in the building. Melissa Deans, big up yourself.
Big up Melissa Deans. Good evening,
welcome.
Miss Naturally J, salute.
Good evening, Miss Naturally J.
Karen, Naturally J.
Kiwi Drake. Is that Kiwi Drake? I hope we pronounced that right. Yes.
The Diva Speaks is in the building.
Good evening.
However, she's in the office, so she's going to be quiet.
And Kim Wolves. Hey, Kim Wolves.
So.
Hey, good evening, Kim. Happy Monday. Good to see you.
We've got MG as well, Melissa
Gilly. Melissa Gilly.
Where's the Deans?
Oh yeah, we've got MD.
Deans is here, and
we're not going to
Gilly's
mention
here.
anything about Batty and Bench.
No.
That was a previous episode. We had that already, so we're not going to mention anything about that.
No. Yeah, man. Good evening to the family rolling in. This is great. Please do us a favor and share the link if you can. Good evening to GeForce. Yes, GeForce Leroy in the building.
I see we got a little jazzy with our background too, haven't we?
Yes. I actually had this here for a while and I just hadn't been using it. I think I had this on there from I know I saw that Friction. Sorry, I know. Listen, Vinyl Sofa, don't make me do it.
No. I won't let him do it.
Don't make me do it.
Oh, don't you dare. Don't you
do it.
dare.
You're creating something.
You know I do it. I like stirring stuff. I do it.
So I have a theory that this might be related to some weekend events that took place.
Yes.
I know nothing of this. However, I'm intrigued.
Oh, look the threats now. Look at the threats. Look at the threats. Look. I know where you live.
Wow. Sophia, I'm not in it.
Wow. Okay, so Yeah, good evening to everyone in the chat. Thank you all so much for being here. You could have been anywhere at this time on your Monday, and you chose to be here with us. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Salute to you all. Got to say salute as well to our brothers missing in action this week. Salute to Tech. Salute to man like Technical. Can't be here with us this week, but hopefully we'll have him back next week, Monday. And also Mr. Diesel will be joining us later on this evening. He's on his way back from work at the moment. And also Butch Cassidy should be joining us at some point throughout this evening as well. I think he's just setting up his stuff right. I think he's just coming from work as well. So they will be on later on this evening. Just a heads up, this evening we are talking about what are we talking about? We are talking about events.
Quality control.
Talking about quality control. And standards at events. And we are also talking about Carnival. All right, so those are our main two topics this evening. Talking about standards, quality control and standards at events. What do we think about standards? Are we happy with the standards that we are seeing when we go to events at the moment? Or are we not happy? Do we feel that the standards are where they should be? Are we happy with them? Are we like, or do we keep coming away disappointed? Or what do we want to see different? So we're talking about standards and quality control at events. And then Carnival is this weekend. So we're going to be talking all things Carnival, do's and don'ts, special Carnival memories, and what are your plans for the coming Carnival weekend. And we might even have an announcement. We are going to be stepping out this weekend, it seems. We're going to be stepping out this weekend, it seems.
Hopefully when Mr. Diesel joins as well, we should be able to get the phone lines open. So if you want to phone in.
Yes.
We can involve you in the conversations and discussions rather than just being in the chat. So.
Indeed.
And also, guys,
Hurry up, Diesel.
if y'all have something y'all want to call in and talk about, don't wait for us to announce we have a phone line. You know we have one. If you want to call in, just put it in the chat. Tell us you want to talk to us, and we'll make that happen.
Yep. And we also have an email address.
I want to talk to a croc. Hello? Is it right?
Listen, anyhow I hear my door go this evening, Or I hear one car horn outside. Beep, 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 beep. Oi!
The whole situation.
In it. People, we also have an email address if you want to put topics that you would like us to discuss or you would like to get involved in topics. You can email us as well. The email is going across the bottom of your screen right now. It is reachalttv@gmail.com. That is reachalttv@gmail.com. All right. We will pick up those suggestions there as well. We thank you for the people who have sent in suggestions, and we've covered them. We still have some other suggestions people have sent in that we will get around to as well. But please keep them coming in. If you want to get involved in the phone line later on, the phone number is on your screen right now, so you can log that down if you want to. And then when Mr. Diesel comes in, hopefully we can hook up the phone line and you'll be able to phone in and join in the conversation this evening as well. Yep. Boom. Kaboom. Alrighty. So, check-up, weekend, or week check-up, or week check-in friction.
Yeah, man.
How the bathroom stay?
My snack game is on point right now.
Oh my gosh! What's that? What is that? Toblerone? A bag of Toblerone? What?
So
Minis.
Both of these was in my part of my birthday gift set, and it's only now I'm getting round to them. So yeah, I got a big bag of mini Toblerones. Hold on, there we go. That's what we do.
Oh wow!
Nice.
So hold on. That little block.
Yeah.
That little block. Is it broken up like the normal one, or is it just one piece?
No, it's broken up. It's 3 pieces.
But do you break it, or do you just pop it all in one time?
It depends how munchalicious I'm feeling.
Munchalicious.
There's times where it's like you get me just a one pop. There's other times where it's like straight in, gone.
Sometimes you're feeling a bit posh and you just take one little piece.
Yeah, man. Just with a little finger out as well. And I also have
chocolate.
A big bag of plantain chips. Can you?
Hey, can you dig it?
Yeah, man. These are part of my little birthday gift set, man. I was like, yeah, I'm feeling these. So.
All right.
Wow, nice.
But yes, in terms of a roundup, this weekend was straight bathroom. So my wife was working away this weekend, so I was like, I can't enjoy the festivities that we'll probably talk about later on. So I was head down in the bathroom. So I've made good headway.
Good.
We have lights. We have the whole side tiled up to where I can tile to. We have yeah, man, it's getting there. So I'm at the point now where the bath has to get ripped out. So I've just ordered a pop-up bath as a temporary solution for when I rip the bath out.
Okay.
Once that comes on Wednesday, it's game on. However, I'm not going to get much done this weekend because, as you know, there's stuff going on this weekend as well.
Yes.
So it's a write-off. So the project's going to go into September.
Okay.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
All right.
Yeah, man. I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good. Sir Knight.
Yo.
What's going on, man?
Been an interesting week in some respects.
Pray tell.
Well, it's nothing crazy. It's just that my back garden doesn't get much attention, so it became a.
Are you like making a suggestion to Friction to come and
You know what?
Services for hire.
Yeah.
I got the invoice on cock, ready to go. Just fill in the services rendered section. That's all I need. He does all the calculations.
Sorry, bro. Go on.
No, it's cool. It's just that for a while now it's been growing, and every so often I'll go in there and just chop it all down, just rip up what I can rip up, and just level it a bit. I've got AstroTurf, but nature said I don't care. I'm gonna grow anyway. So it came through and there's all sorts. I get all sorts of nature and wildlife coming into my garden. Cool.
Wow.
So I chop it down this time. I find some remnants of animals who are no longer here with us. They're now passed away. But then send a video of it doing it fast to my partner, and she notices something in the corner, which I thought was a lovely plant that just grew. Turns out it's a weed.
Whoa. Hold on. When you say weed,
it's not
when you say
Japanese,
weed,
not weed, is it?
It's a bamboo weed.
Oh, Lord.
So for years I've been thinking, this is nice. It looks nice in my corner and whatnot. So now it's just changed into this thing that could cost me quite a large sum of money to remove.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So I had a quote, and it's not the nicest of quotes. So yeah, Friction. We say.
Yeah, no, but my skills don't go that deep, man.
No pun intended, because apparently you have to go quite deep to get the roots out and whatnot.
Oh man.
So that's cool. And then of course on Saturday I did venture down to East Croydon, South Croydon area, to a wonderful place.
Far.
Yeah, and I'll let you guys take on that aspect of things, because
No man, come on, man.
Okay. So if you guys don't know, the one called Grown Folks had a barbecue on Saturday, and so I'm there making my way down, and I know what number it is. About 25 doors before the door I'm supposed to be at, I'm hearing the sound as though it's coming from that door. So I think, no, I'm sure this number, why am I hearing it like it's from...
Like I'm there.
Yeah, like I'm there.
Yeah.
But I still got 25 more doors to go. Get to the place now, go to the back, see Crux, see Grown Folks, see Diesel, and then they tell me that's the baby set in terms of the sound system. That's the baby set that was making all of that gudung, 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 gudung.
So it wasn't, well, it was, but it wasn't the baby set. It was only one piece of the baby
Of the
set.
baby set.
I left the rest in the van, bro.
So there was backup.
Yeah,
There was
man.
double
Yeah.
everything
There was
that you
double
saw.
that. There was double that. We just put out
Wow.
half.
Wow.
So when you
half
say
of the
half-
baby set.
Was it
Yeah.
the twin sub?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a game. That's as much as you said half. That's not a game. That's some serious piece of kit right there.
Like I said, 25 doors before I'm getting to the place, I'm hearing it like it's, yeah. And that's half of the baby set. It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's
a barbecue
ridiculous.
if we run.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I
Tell your
don't know.
neighbours, yeah, man, pop round for a piece of chicken, man. We didn't lick or something. Pop round, man.
Piece
Yeah,
of chicken,
but
or
it's
a
a-
piece of wing and a rib.
Grown folk, when I open up the van, grown folk sort of like, whoa, you doing a festival right here or something? You do like Wembley Arena or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
Wouldn't even believe he opened up the van. So I was expecting 2 of the speakers, and that was it. When the van doors flew open, it was like Wembley Arena was about to be set up. And I'm like, what are you doing with all of this? I'm thinking, well, maybe he's got somewhere else he's going. He's got
I just brought it just in case.
And that's
Well, I
exactly
did.
what it was, just in case. I'm like, oh, so if it gets sticky, you're going to bring the rest of it out. Yeah?
Yeah. I said to him, it's like my philosophy when it comes to sound is it's always better to have too much than to run the risk of not having enough. I'd rather have too much. Yeah. If you have too much, you can always scale back or turn it down or what have you. But if you don't have enough, and then you're trying to turn up the thing and force it because you don't have enough, then that's more of a problem. It's much better to have too much and just scale back or turn it down rather than to not have enough and be trying to go extra loud and forcing and get distorted and all that kind of nonsense.
Having to go extra loud.
Yeah.
He said.
So what?
11.
Okay. I mean, no. Okay, right. That was half of the baby set, right? And what was the gain at?
Thank you. 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock.
The gains were about 10, about 9 or 10, about 10 o'clock. Yeah.
No.
That's negative.
Yeah.
That's negative.
Yeah, it's negative. They were at 12.
What? Man. Listen, anybody, if you're ever having a party in like a warehouse like IKEA or something like that, if you're like hire out IKEA,
IKEA, you know.
and you want some sound to just be like booming and whatnot, so hire half of Crockset and you'll be okay.
Nice. Yeah. Butch Cassidy in the building.
Good evening.
Hey,
folks.
What's going on?
Good evening. Is it powered or amp driven?
It's powered.
Oh, it's powered.
Yeah.
Which is, to me, that's the game changer. You know, when I saw your sets and it was all like active speakers, I was like, that's the game changer. Because I'm coming from the old days where it was like you had to push in.
That's right.
The amp unit, just that alone was.
That's right.
4 man.
That's right. That's right.
Move the amp racks.
That's right. But when
So
you're
when I saw what a man can do with active speakers, I was like, yeah, that's a game changer right there.
Me too.
It's all in the speakers.
Yeah. So for those that don't understand what we're talking about, we're just talking the difference between passive and active speakers, separate amplifiers for the speakers, or speakers where the amplifiers are built in to the speakers. So you haven't got separate stuff to move. And that was the main thing for me, as I'm used to doing stuff on my own. I don't want to have to carry extra kit. The less stuff I can carry and have to move, the better. So I much prefer active speakers because the amps are just built in.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so in addition to it being half of the baby set, and you having it at like 10 o'clock, the gains, what was the speaker set at?
They were set at 0. They were set at
Okay.
they were set at 0.
Okay. Very interesting. So they had room.
Yeah. I had room for more with those for sure.
You had room on the gains,
Yeah, absolutely.
and you had more in the van.
And I had more in the van. I had more on the mixing desk too. I had more on the mixing desk too.
Oh, you go through a mix.
Get to the van. Get to the van.
Yeah, I go for a full
It was a
digital mixing
whole
desk.
situation. It was a whole situation.
Yeah, but it was sexy, man. It was sexy.
It was very sexy.
Got to send a big shout out to Black Gypsy who's just joined us.
Good evening, Black Gypsy.
Good evening.
Iola's in the building as well.
Good evening,
Miss G's in the
Iola.
building.
Good evening, Miss G.
G-Force Leroy has a question. He's saying, how did the neighborhood react to all of that wassiness that was going on?
Oh, my neighbors are great.
Yeah, they were cool.
Great.
They know their place.
We've been doing this for years. We've been doing this for years. So we only really do one thing like that a year. So they never complain. As a matter of fact, they're invited over.
Okay, there you go.
And
Yeah.
both
Kamsi
of my
says,
closest neighbors came over.
No, nice.
Kamsi can verify that as well. She says, thankfully, our neighbours are used to our annual nonsense. Oh, sorry, noisiness.
Noisiness.
Yes.
Yeah, so they okay.
Yeah, it was a lovely affair. Lovely.
It was, man. It was really
Thanks,
beautiful.
man.
It was
I'm so
beautiful.
glad that you guys that could make it, and had a good time.
It was great.
You really don't get the full picture of what happened. So Croc brought in his equipment. Croc has a custom-made DJ desk.
Yes.
That is just phenomenal. It is a piece of art.
Yes.
You have to see this to really appreciate it. And when he started putting that together, I was like, well, that don't look like it came from IKEA.
I should hope not.
Everything fit in there perfectly. He had his two reins. He had his controller. He had an acrylic stand for his laptop. Everything plugged in so the wires weren't exposed through the bottom up. Oh man, it was amazing. Then on the side, he had his mixing desk, which looked like something from the O2. It was like that wide. You can't even see all of that. The sound coming out of his setup was absolutely amazing. It was just phenomenal. And wow, I was so pleased. And you could feel the bass. Now, the bass was sitting on the ground, and you could actually feel the bass. So.
Do you know what I noticed as well? When I looked at the bass box, you could see the grass blowing in front of it. The bass is coming. You can see the grass blowing.
Yeah.
Like I said, the wassiness.
Oh, good.
So,
grief.
grown folks, I believe you had something to do with this. Tell us,
Tell us
what went down.
Our annual barbecue. We do it every year. We started doing this maybe about 10 years ago, and it's just kind of grown into what it is now. And we just have our friends and family come over. We invite the neighbors over, and we all just come over and we have a good time listening to music, eating, doing whatever you want to do, just having a good time. So yeah, that's what it was, the Meacham barbecue.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And I've heard about the grown folks grill. I've heard it's a thing.
Listen. Listen.
I was gutted, but trust me, my wife told me she was working like the Friday. I was like, oh, are you joking? I was fully planning to come down, but my wife was working, my eldest daughter was working, my eldest son, he just does his own thing. So it was me and the two little ones, and I was like, yeah, I'm on full-time daddy duty this weekend. It's not going to happen. I was gutted, man, but yeah, man, I've heard about the grown folks grill.
Listen.
We had a
Levels,
good
mate.
portion of the sound check there. So we had Dave Knight, we had Diesel, we had Croc, myself. So we represented at the cookout for real.
Vinyl Sofa was there.
Vinyl Sofa, Karen James,
Lady Uzo was there. Yeah, man. Miffy Moments is in the building right now. Good evening, Miffy. She was there as well.
Yeah.
Miss
says,
G.
the food.
Miss G was there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. A lot of the crew were there. It was jokes. Too much jokes.
Oh, too much jokes.
Jokes.
I need to do a
Listen.
Midlands one. I need
Let
a
me
bigger
just
back
tell
garden.
Let me just tell you, grown folks. I don't know anyone that can hook up a grill like grown folks. Scrooge. I'm telling you, that was what I was looking forward to the most. I don't know anyone that could hook up a grill like this man. Right, man's got some kind of voodoo thing going on with how he hooks up the thing.
I hope
Seriously.
not. Feeding people with voodoo.
Oh, Plats was there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Plats was there too.
Oh,
Plats
Platts was there. That's good.
Come on.
Yeah. Ellis was there as well.
Ellis was there.
Ellis was there. Yeah.
So what we're saying, we're going again this weekend then, Beanzo. There's stuff going on this weekend. Yeah?
Well, it looks like it. Yeah. Different location.
I'll bring one of
but it
those
looks
little
like it.
temporary barbecues, a little tinfoil thing that you can light.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So
it's one of those things that Croc already knows that's his meat day. So
yeah,
he
that's my
surrenders to it.
Yeah, my annual meat fest. It's my annual. That's what I refer to it as. They call it the Meacham's barbecue or whatever Meacham's cooker. I call it my annual meat fest. The annual meat fest. Yeah, don't talk to me about no
veganism.
No veganism. Don't chat to me about
So
no
the-
salad.
Vegan
Don't
young
chat to me.
You convert for the day.
Don't
yeah?
chat to yes star fully
Vegan
Rags. Don't tell me nothing. Don't tell me nothing. Move with the greens. Move.
I work off the premise of like
plant
the
based.
Simpsons.
Plant based what?
Plant who?
You better plant some chicken in my plate. I want some ribs as well. I want some halal ribs.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was
It becomes
good.
like Homer Simpson's saying, "You can't be friends with salad. You can't be friends with salad."
So, but apparently, Kamsi said there was a few more cooks around the grill as well.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Ellis actually took over from the grill before the night was over. And
did good.
He did a fantastic.
He did good,
job.
man. Yeah, man, he did
a
good.
fantastic job. And Cammy, she cooked the curry, the chicken curry. She also cooked a chickpea curry. She cooked some prawns. We had some fish. There was a few dishes. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dope. Super dope. Can't wait for the next one. Can't wait for the
Karen
next
says
one.
apparently the house is also amazing.
Oh, thank you, Karen. That's very kind.
And Kamsi's just confirming she did cater for vegans, so stop that. don't come in a room and box anyone in the back of the head.
No, it's true. It's true. It is true. It is true. Kamsi did, and the chickpea curry. Miss G's just put it in there as well. The chickpea curry was delicious. It was
And
good.
Sophia actually brought a bulgur wheat vegan
Yes.
dish as well. And
That was really nice as well.
bananas.
Yep.
You know what? More of this needs to happen, man. Really, we're talking about this today around the table, like in terms of just family events. I mean, when I say family, obviously you have family, and then you have relations as well. Like I'm related to that person. They may not be family, but you're related to them. So when I say family, I'm talking your people, your family. Just about the coming together. You know, back in the day, there'd be a coach trip to Blackpool. You get me, and all the family come and just everyone brings the fish in some tin foil and whatever else, and you just
That
go.
happened this weekend. My luck did it to Margate.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. That I feel like there's a generation that has lost that. You know what I mean? And I think now we're in a position as kind of the elders to show them, yo, it doesn't need to be a big thing.
Restart some of these things.
Yeah, man. Yo, book a coach, and we go into Blackpool, we go into Southend, we go into Great Yarmouth, and boom, everyone just wrap up something, some dumplings, some whatever it is, and just come and we go.
And just like how we're set up, you'll bring your family, me bring my family, rare, bring your.
That's it. If a man can bring a Bluetooth speaker, so be it. You know
so
what I mean?
be it.
Whatever.
That's it. Done.
Yeah, man.
Can work.
Yeah, man. 100%. For sure.
So salute, man.
Hey!
A bomb for the weekend.
And I did well. I remembered what I did this weekend, didn't I?
And where you were, most importantly. If you didn't remember where you were this weekend,
that means there wasn't enough alcohol at the event. That's what that means.
Absolutely.
Oh gosh,
Mr.
Butch,
Cassidy, yeah, man, go on.
What's going on? Tell me now. What's going on? How's your weekend?
Oh, laborious. I had to study all weekend, man. I had to study. I had to replenish my SIA card. So
SIA?
Security guard.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, registered. I always keep it up to date for the last how many years, just in case I'm at an event and I need to put my hand on someone.
Okay.
So I could be
I thought you
the
was
same
gonna
time
say,
as DJing.
I thought he was going to talk about just use it to get in somewhere, you know. But he's going to put my hand on someone.
No, because if I have to cover myself, I could quickly draw up a contract. Could be a piece of paper. He's my security guard. And that's why I did it, and that's why I had to do it.
Okay.
Covers my backside. But yeah, but I use it for other stuff. The family are into CCTV and so forth, and it allows me to be a key holder for certain businesses and certain stuff like that. So yeah, just,
G4 says he likes the line just in case I
need to put my hand on someone. I love that.
But I did manage to go and wind down and shake a foot with the house lot, the Afro house lot, Super D, the Circle lot. They had a rooftop in Hackney.
Nice.
Oh my Lord. I turned into Hackney High Street, Mare Street, and then turned off again and then went down some road, and all of a sudden I was like, what? I looked up into the sky and I said, nah, let me park up. So I parked up. Now, yeah, I ain't the fittest of people. So when I got to this door, the first thing I asked him, where's the lift? The brother looked at me and goes, sorry, big man, the lift is out. I said, what? I said, bruv, no, you are, bruv. He goes, big man, I'm sorry, the lift is dead. We don't get access to the lift. There was that much, that much, like, I was there. I was like, I'm going home.
How many floors are you talking about?
But how many flights?
Yeah.
No, that's too
about eight or nine flights. So yeah, I had to go up 8 or 9. I stopped at 4 and 5. I stopped at 4 if I had to catch my breath. I had to.
Yeah.
No joke.
And just rub the knees a little bit.
What?
Massage the knees.
Just catch my breath. That was it. My knees were actually okay. It was the breath. Because as I said, I'm overweight. So yeah, I went got upstairs. When we go into this place, it was literally like a shack in the Caribbean, but in the nicest sense. Okay. The way that they've done it is nice wood and everything, low ceiling, everything's wicked. And I see just that love. Everyone was just going off. So I thought, all right, circulate, percolate, give me that. That's a drink, yeah. Then I stepped out to the outside bit. Oh man, they laid the AstroTurf out. They had the benches, they had the night lights, they had 2 tiny little speakers on stands around the whole rooftop. So you didn't have to be inside. You could still get the music, but very low outside while you're chilling. And then you overlook London and you can look out and see London and everything. So as the sun was I got there as the sun was just going down, you had that red glow outside. Bare people taking pictures. And yeah, the vibe was nice, man. Nice. It was good. It was good. Nice little wind down.
I'm seeing a lot of those rooftop dances, man. It's like that's the new kind of that's like venue to be.
Especially if you're doing something in the daytime. I think being locked up in a bar or restaurant for a brunch, go and experience it. But
nice.
Yeah, try it.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice.
And then just came home and chilled out, and that's it.
Cool.
That is it.
All right.
Those rooftop gigs that it lit.
Oh man, I can't wait to do one. I want to do one. It's a want. It's on the list.
Yeah,
has to be done.
As long as the weather's with you, it's good.
That's it, man. That's the risk.
Well, that's what I said. So when it started to get chilly and there was a lot of females there, you saw them in and out if they were smokers, but mainly inside, and the place was just right. Just right. There couldn't be more than maybe 100 people there. It wasn't a lot of people. Even less than that, I think. It could have been about like 80 to 90 people. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot, but the vibe was, as I said,
you don't need a big number,
No, it's not about that.
You got the right people and the vibe's nice, and you don't need a whole heap of people.
And the vibe was off because they were playing classics. It wasn't just Amapiano or Afro house. They were just playing classic house.
Good.
Just nice sing along house.
Good.
And there's nothing better that warms up the heart than everybody singing. Even the man them just singing the words. Oh, it was a little buzz, man.
We'll have to come back to that when we talk about the event section.
Whichever one, waiting to get into that. Sounds interesting.
Cool. All right. So
an eventful week.
It has been an eventful week. Myself too. I did the Jizza concert on Thursday.
What do you mean you did?
I played and I hosted it. I DJ'd it and hosted it.
You do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did this.
Just did this thing.
No, on the real, how can they have Jizza from the Wu-Tang Clan with a live band on a Thursday night in London.
This is what I'm saying. I didn't even know it was. Oh,
On a Thursday, you wanna spoil, like on a Thursday night in London.
On a school.
When I say that, I says on a school night.
yeah.
Wow.
And listen, let me tell you, the Electric in Brixton was packed from top to bottom, front to back, left to right. They sold 1,300 tickets, and there was still space. Apparently, the capacity in there is 1,600, so there was still a little room, but the place looked full, top to bottom, all over. 1,300 people were in there.
Wow,
it was dope on a Thursday night. It was dope
on a school night.
Although
they are on holiday, however, it's still a school night.
Yeah. People. Well, the parents don't get 6 weeks holidays. It's only the pit them get a break. The parents still have to work.
Yeah, and still have to get a babysitter.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. So that was cool.
Performance-wise, what was the? Where would you gauge the performance? Because I've heard
from Jizza or from Jizza.
Yeah,
Don't lie.
Nah. He's not a great showman. You know.
I've heard.
He wasn't a great showman at all. So it wasn't that. But I think most everybody was still happy because I think most people just wanted to see him. Yeah. You know what I mean? They just wanted to see him.
And then with a live band,
listen,
it brings that dynamic.
Listen. So the band were phenomenal. The band were amazing. So the drummer for the band, when I introduced them, it was the drummer for the band that came on and took the mic from me, and he introduced himself. He was said he was RZA's brother or cousin or some such thing. I don't remember the family connection.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, the band was ridiculous. There was one guy on a violin, and they were amazing. Wow. The band were phenomenal, man. If anything, they did it for me. They really did it for me. All the other artists that performed as well: Black Twang, K9, Killer Keller, Roadblock, Leon Flames. Everybody did great sets, man. Did great sets. Got to do a shout out to DJ Specific as well. He and I just ripped the stage with the tunes. So yeah, man, it was a dope show overall.
Did the other artists use the band as well, or was it just RZA?
No,
just RZA.
The band was just for RZA. Sorry, for Jizza. Sorry, the band was just for Jizza. But they were phenomenal. They were really, really good. And as I said, the vibe was really nice. I did it was Ty's birthday as well, so I made sure that we honored Ty on the day as well, and so did Killer Keller and Roadblock. They included Ty in their performances, a tribute to him in their performances as well. Nice. So yeah, man, it was all blessed. It was all blessed. And across the road there was another event happening for celebrating Ty as well at Ritzy. So that was happening at the same time, one side of Brixton Road, and then the opposite side of Brixton Road. The two venues doing their thing and celebrating, acknowledging Ty as well on his birthday. So that was cool. And then Saturday obviously was Sir Folks's annual meat fest. So yeah, it's been an interesting weekend. It's been an interesting weekend.
So I just want to just bring it up in terms of the event for Ty. Were you guys, when I say you guys, yourself, Diesel, Shorty, were you invited to that? Were you involved in that? I don't want to.
So we weren't. So you've watched and you've been seeing.
Well, I'm just saying, like, the man them, like the closest to him and the inner circle. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, really, the standard protocol should be, yo, I'm putting this event on. This is my reasoning behind it, and I want you guys involved.
So an approach was made to me. So the guy put it on, the promoter put it on. He got my number and reached out to me, and he did ask me, he invited me. He gave me that same approach. I'm not sure if everybody got. I'm not sure who else got that approach. I know Numbers was there, 279 was there playing. I think DJ Business was there, Breeze was there performing. So some of the heads were there, but not everybody. I couldn't be there obviously because I was across the road at Electric doing the Jizza show. I think Diesel was working. Speech the Bell, I think, was invited but couldn't make it either for some other reason. So not everybody was there. Ty's parents were there. Ty's family was there. Sorry, his mom and his sister was there. So I think Numbers was there, but Billy Business was not. Thanks, Vinyl Sofa, for confirming. So I think he made an attempt to get everyone in the room. And then, there was someone he got in the room which was contentious. So that became a whole nother thing in itself, unfortunately. So yeah, some of us were approached. There was an approach. I think Blitz was approached as well. I think Shorty Blitz was approached as well, but he was abroad. He had to go and do a gig in Singapore. So yeah. We weren't all there because it wasn't us putting on the thing. You know what I mean? But approaches were made to us, to at least some of us to be involved. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vinyl Sofa says it's a lot. So I think we should
It is a
get
lot.
to the topics. Yeah.
It is a lot. It is
Well,
a
man,
lot.
peace to Brother Ty, man. Love every time, man.
Yeah,
Love every
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Bless you.
Good evening, Mr. Diesel is in the chat.
Fire Diesel. as he
Fire
goes.
Diesel is in the chat. So I'm sure he'll be joining us in a short while. All right. All right, let's get into the topics for this evening, man. We spent like an hour just talking about the roundup. We're going to need to condense that, fellas.
No, man, I think it's good, man. It's organic. It's organic.
It's also long. It's also long. Anyway, without further
As we
ado,
move.
sexy graphics. So this is our first topic of the evening. Quality control and standards at events is what we're talking about. Quality control and standards at events. Now, this was a topic that I brought to the table based on some events that I had attended recently, either as a civilian or as a participant working at the event. And it got me really thinking about some of the standards, man, that I'm seeing when I go to events. Basically, just being disappointed. There's been a few events I've been to recently. I've been disappointed with the standards at the events, and I'm just leaving like, why is this? Why are we not doing better than this? One of them was the 0121 festival in Birmingham, the Jamaica Festival in Birmingham. Now, what to say about this? So, it was for Jamaica. It was a Jamaican independence event. Apparently, it's the third year running that this event has taken place, and what I will say in terms of let's get the positives out of the way first. So first of all, I thought that the program that the festival put together was good in that they had different sections for different things for different people. So they had like a gospel hour or two. It was a Sunday. So they had a gospel hour or two in the afternoon. They had stuff for the elders, stuff for young people, come on stage and do their dancing. They had live PA performances, DJs, lots of food and drink stalls. So the program that they put on was good. They had some great artists. Foundation, a lot of Foundation reggae lovers rock artists there. Carol Thompson, the lead singer from 15, 16, 17, Kofi, Mike Anthony, I can't remember who else. But it was a good lineup of performers. However, the running. However, the production as well was good in terms of cameras. So they had a big screen, lots of cameras. That looked great. And so when they do their video promotion, from this year's event, it will look phenomenal because the camera work was good. They had loads of cameras and watching
Very
the screen.
smart move.
Yeah, on the screen, it looked phenomenal. So their promotion is going to look like it was the best festival since sliced bread. However, the running of the thing left a lot to be desired. As an example, in between performances, they had the screen. They were supposed to run adverts on the screen, and there were times when in between performances there was just air. There was like nothing, and people were just talking. There's no music, there's no adverts, there's literally silence. And at one point, I was there with Hillary, Hillary and L Vibes were talking, and while we were talking, and then I realized we said, but hold on, how come we can't hear nothing? How come we hear just chatting and there's no sound, there's no music, there's no ad, there's no nothing. So I'm not sure what that was about. But the worst bit was there were lots of live performances on stage. Right? As I said, great artists, seasoned artists, foundation artists, Carol Thompson, Kofi, these are great artists. And every single artist that went on, I forgot to mention Itana. My gosh, Itana was the headline artist. Every single artist except for Itana that went on stage and performed, and I mean every single one. There was some other gospel acts as well, whose names I can't remember. A bishop and his wife, they went and did a couple of tunes as well, and others who I didn't know. But everybody that went on that stage to perform had their performances messed up because the sound engineer clearly did not know what the hell they were doing. So every performer, everyone, without exception, they were on stage and they were asking for, right, selector, soundman, engineer, run my track. Selector, sound, run my track.
You got track?
Run my track. That was everybody. Then the track started.
That tape.
Then the track start, right? And then maybe about a quarter of the way in, the track stopped.
Oh,
No.
The track stopped, and then they started back to the beginning again.
How is that even possible?
They reloaded.
Is me asking?
But there are ones in the chat.
There was
yeah,
ones in the
okay,
chat.
but go on, finish your story because there's some technical questions that don't make no sense.
Butch, you and me both, brother. You and me both. So this happened to every single performer on stage. There was the Reverend and his wife. It was so bad. They cut his track while he started, and the track never came back on. So here's what happened. You know, like you see what happened. You see what happened with the Alabama boat beat down with the chair thing. So what happened? No, it didn't even have to do that. But what happened was people responded. What happened was band members just started appearing on stage and just started playing.
Oh Lord!
So a keyboard came on and just started playing. Then the drummer came on and just started playing, and then a bass came on, and they just came on stage to save them. And by the end of their performance, they had a full band on stage playing for them to save their performance. That was a beautiful thing. That was a beautiful thing. Yeah. However, it was really, really bad that they were put in that position in the first place. They were literally left there singing a cappella.
This was a big outdoor carnival type event.
This is a big outdoor
in Brum.
Yes, in Aston Park. Aston Park, it was packed. It was full from front to back, way up the hill, and they're on stage and they're singing a tune and they're left with air, doing a cappella, some karaoke a cappella thing, and they didn't stop. They just carried on, and the band just one by one. The band just came on stage and just saved them. Carol Thompson, big Carol Thompson. She started and they messed up her track at the beginning, and she stopped and she said, "Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go off stage and sort out what's going on. If you don't mind, I'm going to do that and come back." She went off stage, went to the sound and had to like play some tune or whatever. She went off stage to sort them out and had to come back on stage and start again. This is big Carol.
Sorted out though.
kind of. So they managed to play the tracks without it stopping. But when she said, you know, sometimes the artist will say, drop it down a bit, or low, or whatever, you know what I mean? So again, there is a delay. She's saying low, and they're taking time to drop the track low. And then when they drop it low, they don't bring it back up.
So they're not in sync. They're clearly not in sync with what the artist is requesting.
No, and the sound booth is literally at the side of the stage. So it's not like they're far away. They're right at the side of the stage. So every single live performance, except Itana's, got messed up. And the only reason Itana's performance didn't get messed up is because she had her own band. So they couldn't mess up her music. She had her own band.
So, okay,
Yeah.
we've just waited. It's just...
Go on.
So, is there one technical person in this booth?
I don't know, Butch. I don't know. But here is the other source of frustration, right? The person who runs this festival, or who's the CEO of this festival, director of the festival, is a guy called, what's his name now? Oh, forget the guy's name. Oh,
it will come to you. Go on.
It's not Mark Anthony, is it?
No.
Dwayne.
Oh, damn. I forget the guy's name. And I so wanted to put his name out there because it was really bad. Anyway, so he's the CEO of this team. The
GeForce might know. If you know.
Yeah, GeForce. If you remember, please give me the name because I do want to put this guy on blast. I do want to put this guy. It is
Alexander. Dean Alexander.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, GeForce. Thank you, Friction. Dean Alexander. The brother named Dean Alexander.
All caps when you say the name.
Dean Alexander from Birmingham.
I know that name.
Fire shot. Dean Alexander from Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Right? No.
Birmingham.
Apparently, this guy is some big time DJ promoter from back in the day or whatnot.
Yeah, I know.
Right. So he was on stage DJing. Or DJing.
For those listening in quotes, air quotes.
Inverted commas, DJing. Right? My man seemed to fancy himself as Birmingham's Jazzy Jeff, which he clearly was not. So he's trying to like, you know, mix and scratch and backspin and whatever. And you know what? He reminded me of remember the Beams guy? The guy who was trying to be Jazzy Jeff with the Beams.
Oh, wow.
It reminded me of that because the guy was giving it all this.
Oh, Lord.
And it was whack. It was so whack. But that's not even the main thing. So the bigger thing was this. He's running this thing, right? Yeah. And there's clearly major problems happening in the sound engineering department. What are you doing on stage pretending to be Jazzy Jeff and whatnot when you clearly have major problems?
Bigger things you need to be addressing.
Bigger things you need as the CEO that you need to be addressing. But you want to be Billy Big Bollocks and in center stage.
And the building is burning down.
And the building's burning down. And not only that, he's got loads of other DJs waiting in the wings, like proper DJs, seasoned DJs and soundman, who could go up there and shell down the thing much better than him. Let them go on. I'm thinking, why let them go on stage and do their thing? You go and fix whatever is going wrong in the sound engineering booth for all these artists. Anyway,
I know
that's just one. That's just one example. One example of some of the events I've been through recently, and I've left like, why are we doing this? This is not the first year of this event. I did another event not too long before, and again there were issues with standards and whatever with that one, but at least that one, it was their first time doing it, so I can kind of allow them to a degree because they've not done it before. Nothing's ever going to go 100% right when it's your first time out. Do you know what I mean? So you can give them that. But this was in its third year, and apparently GeForce has been to this before. And when I described to him what happened, he said it sounds like exactly the same thing that he witnessed the year before.
Yeah. But I've just pulled up his comments. So he actually said it was the same program on the Saturday. So usually both days are the same.
Right.
And it all happened last year as well. So he's saying, basically they've had opportunity. So the Saturday is almost like the rehearsal. The Sunday, they do the same sets, the same program.
Right,
They get to, fix all the things that went wrong on the Saturday. They can fix it on the Sunday. But it sounds like that wasn't the case.
It was, oh my gosh. It was just mind-blowing. It was mind-blowingly bad. And they had decks and controller on stage. Nobody seemed to have the idea of, well, clearly it's not working from the sound booth. Let's just play from the controller on stage. Mr. Sir Mix-a-Lot, Mr. Beams is playing all right from his set on stage. Let's just use that and run the music from that. It was horrific.
So, hold on. So you're saying with the actual performances, you're saying that mid-performance, while they're performing, the music's just stopping?
Yes.
How?
They start their performance. The music starts, and they start talking. And they start.
That's what I just
Someone
asked.
has to press stop.
I don't know.
That's what I said. Is there one engineer in that booth? Why? What is he doing?
If it was 10, 15 years back, when it was DAT tapes, when it was, actual CDs, the CD might skip and whatever. But everything nowadays is digital. So once you press start, even if you want to pull up, you can pull up, cue point, boom, straight back to the beginning. No problems.
Yeah.
So
faulty CD player.
No,
I mean,
but
UK Web Boy is offering that no rehearsal and low budget. That's what you get.
No, I just searched. This thing gets funded.
It must do.
This thing gets funded. I just did a quick search.
Yeah, that makes sense, Butch, because the setup, when you see the setup, there's a whole heap of money gone into this thing. They got like big line array speakers. I counted 14 subs. 14. 12 at the front of the stage and 2 on stage. 14 bass speakers.
Wow.
The big screen, God knows how many cameras, all wireless, projecting onto the screen.
Yeah.
There was a lot of money going into this.
So let me stop you. So audio-wise, in terms of what was coming out,
yeah,
the quality was good.
When you were up by the stage, yes. As soon as you walked away from the stage, you started to lose the sound. So by the time you got even halfway back, you could barely the sound was seriously dying. By the time you got to the top of the hill, you could barely hear anything. When you were up there, you could hear people around you talking.
Wow.
So when you were right up by the stage, it sounded good. As soon as you walk away from the stage to go get yourself a food or get a drink or whatever for one of the stalls, the sound is dropping. You're losing the sound.
They had it set at 9 o'clock. That's why. They should have put it to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock at least. Yeah. A few questions here. So Kamsi wants to know, how much did they charge for this mess?
If it was free, but they did have VIP section. They did have a VIP section which you had to pay £10 to go into. All I could see was the benefit of being in this VIP section was that you were in this like gated or fenced in area directly in front of the stage. I didn't see any other benefit of being in that section. So other than that, it was free. It was free. Yes, Karen James is Karen was there as well, and she's reminded me.
Oh, wow.
Coffee went, play the tune that in the order when me give you. In the middle of a performance, play the tune them in the order when me give you. It was bad. It was bad. It was shockingly bad.
That's a hot mess.
But then it's free, so it's one of those where
no excuses.
No.
I'm not
Sorry,
saying
Dave.
I'm not
No.
saying not saying that it's, but it's a case
Dave.
of
No.
Because I'm going to support what you're saying, because I was thinking that, is there a disgruntled person, one person in that sound box that wasn't getting paid for the day and was not really bothered?
Do you know what I thought? I thought because it was Jamaican independence, as somebody from Trinidad I sent solution or something.
Sabotage. Take this. We're not all Jamaicans. How about that?
I got you. Independence.
I'm joking. But I have no idea. I was the same way you lot, all confused, baffled, frustrated. This was me on the day. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe the levels of shambolics that I was witnessing. And I'm like, how can we be doing this in this day and age? And this is your third year. So
it's a big thing. It's
big
not a
thing.
small, little shubbing dance. It's a open air. Big name brand artists come in, established veteranos.
Yes.
And we're making these mistakes.
Well, you have to go out of your way to make those kind of mistakes, though.
It seems so. It seems so.
Yeah, with the technical element in as part of it, but still stage management, someone watching the stage management.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You double back up everything.
Yeah.
And like Croc just said, it's not playing from that source. What's another source we can play on?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Move it.
Fix those
straight.
things on the fly.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
it, man.
Literally.
Yeah, but Mr. Beams wasn't on that. Mr. Beams was too busy in stage.
Doing his wizardry.
Yeah.
Doing his sorcery.
Yeah.
You're the CEO. You're the director of this
fix
thing.
it, man.
Fix up. Go and sort out the problem.
Yeah.
Get off stage.
Get on
Let
your
one
hands
of your
and
other
knees. Yeah,
DJs come in and play tune. Go and fix the thing.
Get the roller duct tape.
I think I've
Get on
come
your hands and
across
knees
him
and fix it.
before. I've come across him before.
Well, that might be someone you need to draw your security pass for, yeah?
Lay hands.
Lay hands. And I'm not talking about a blessing. Lay hands.
Jean-Michel Jarre, yo, G-Force, you're old school, you're a gangster. Sorry. The light guy. Woo, woo, woo.
So Cams is asking the question then, are funds being pocketed and they're not hiring the appropriate staff?
Well, let's not go there.
the
Let's
job?
just.
We
don't know.
can't make assumptions, but I think if it's funded, I mean, it sounds like the sound was in place, the stage was in place, the video was in place, so those
There
things
was
were
no
in place.
lack of funding. There was no lack of funding for this thing.
Well,
It's not problem solving on the day.
Well, it's not
Yes.
even that. It's the funding's there, but are they allocating it in the sense of, like if you're running a festival and you need a licensed person to be able to sell alcohol on the premises, so you can sell. Those people have a fee. Like if I'm coming to your festival and I'm the licensee, you're not paying me a hourly rate. You're paying me my day rate, and I'm here for hours. Do you get what I'm saying? And some people scrimp and scrape on that because you got 3-4 bars and you might need 2 or 3 people with licenses. I'm going left to go right. Maybe they spent the money, got the stuff, whatever, but didn't pay for a proper engineer to be there. They didn't because it cost too much money. Maybe the day rate was too much for them to shell out after all the lights and the glitz and the glamour.
But Butch, hear this. Even if what you've said is true, right? You work with people who are supposed to know what they're doing. Butch, I have a 13-year-old son. And if I said to him, son, stand here, press these, play these tunes in this order, he could manage that.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
He could manage that, Butch, without any training. He could manage that.
If it stops, start it again.
Right.
If for some unknown reason the track stops,
Yeah.
start it again.
Yeah. Press play and don't stop it. Unless they tell you to stop it, don't stop it. Don't touch nothing again. My 13-year-old son could have managed that. So I don't think it's an issue of funding or not being able to afford. They just did not. It was 2 things from what I could see. One, they clearly did not have the right person back there doing whatever needed to be done. And secondly, Mr. Beams had no business beaming in the middle of the stage when, like grown folks said, the house is burning down. And everybody's performance.
Beams Alexander.
Beams Alexander. Fire shot! Fire shot! Fire shot! Beams Alexander! From Birmingham.
Oh Lord! Keep that one quiet, man. Keep it quiet.
I like the small island sabotage version. I think That made more sense. I like that.
I don't think it's funding either, because if you've got enough funding to get those kind of speakers, you have to put in the budget that you need to have a sound engineer. You need to have runners. You need to have all of these other elements.
Yes.
So I'm not even. I'm calling bullshit on the funding.
Yeah,
It ain't
and
there.
also
think
if
as
you
well-
have that level of Frick, you're right, Grown Force, and if you have a company that provides that level of technical expertise with sound, normally they provide an engineer with the service.
As part of it, yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Friction, you were going to say.
Between us, you know, what I mean, we've got sounds of different sizes and different statures, etc. If I'm providing my sound for an event, I'm saying to the person, do you need someone on site for the event?
Yes.
It's on them. You know what I mean? I'm saying to them,
Yeah.
yo, we can provide that. However, there'll be additional costs. If you want someone there throughout the event to ensure that nothing goes wrong, we can provide that. If you want to take the speakers, we'll come and string it up, but anything else is on you. You know what I mean? But what I was going to say is, if you're saying there's 10 acts, and this happened with 9 out of 10 acts, there's a real issue.
Absolutely.
If you said, okay, the opening act, boy, there was a little mishap and they started singing and the track went off and then they had to restart it again, and then act number 2 came on and they played track 2 instead of track 1. But as it went on, it seemed to even itself out. I can understand that, but it sounds like this was a consistent issue.
Everyone, Friction.
I don't get
was
it.
Every single artist that took to the stage and needed their backing music playing by the sound engineers had their performance messed up with the same problem. The same problem. The only person who escaped it was Itana, and because she was not relying on the sound engineer, she brought her own band to play her music. It was terrible. It was absolutely shocking.
So what did this event now make you think? Because you've raised the question about standards and thingy.
Well, it was the 2 events that I went to, and it got me thinking about why are people like us, for example, going to these events, and why are we not doing them? Because just the expertise that we have on this podcast here, that would never happen.
Never.
That would never ever happen in a million years. So there are other conversations that I've been involved in, and people are saying, I've been hearing the same kind of disappointments when people go to events. This happened and that happened, and people are looking in from the outside saying, why are we here looking at this stuff when we know we could do better? Why are we not doing better? And so I guess that was the one thing, but it also is like, I just wanted to throw it out there and be like, is it just me that's experiencing this, or are other people experiencing different things? Because Friction was at a festival that same day, I think.
Reggae Land.
Yeah, and you said that was amazing.
It was every element, I can't knock it. There was nothing that I experienced. Yeah, nothing that I experienced there that I could say that was subpar. Everything. My only gripe I can say is there was one security guard in the area that we were mainly in for that day who lacked certain people skills, where I would like to see him. If I was managing that thing, I would say, yo, bro, you ain't working a hardcore club in London. This is a festival and people have got their children with them. Just tone it down a little bit and a bit more airs and graces, please. You get me? Because he could have caused a problem. But other than that, in terms of the sound, the audio visual, everything was on point.
Okay.
On point. And I found out that whole event, the company that runs that whole event is run by 2 white guys from Manchester.
Right.
The whole thing is just run by these 2 white guys from Manchester. And obviously they bring the appropriate people in to manage certain things. But it was huge. The sound was excellent. They had what they call it, the pyrotechnics of flames and smoke and all that was going off on point.
You see?
It's like Southport, same thing. 2 white guys.
That's quality.
You see? And then you have Mr. Beams Alexander. Beams
From
Alexander from Birmingham.
Oh, Lord. All caps when you say the name.
Listen, and I'm not. Go on, Dave.
I was going to say, is there sort of a qualification that you can go through in order to manage these events, or do people just pick it up on the way? And then you get people like this gentleman here who obviously has not, well, he has, because it's the 3rd year, isn't it? But hasn't seen it as a case of, okay, I've got some feedback, I'm going to improve on this. Do you think there should be an industry qualification before you
There
can
is.
run a big event?
There are
There is.
event management courses that
Yeah.
you can take.
There is. I have my event management degree.
Nice.
There is. You can go and study it full time.
Clearly, these guys do not have those pieces of paper.
Sometimes you don't. You don't need it. You just have to be organized.
That's it. You just need some
to
common
be
sense.
organized.
That's it.
Organized.
I mean, look at last year. I had my 20th anniversary. From the sound man walked in, I had issues with the sound man.
Yes.
From his whole approach, his whole persona, his opening introduction was not a positive one. But we made it work, and there was a time where something was going on, and I looked over because obviously it's my anniversary. More time, if it's not my thing, I'm that guy who I will step up and say, "Yo, the mic's feeding back," or "Boom, this or that." Yeah. I remember at one point I turned around, and I just seen Croc get up, walk over, and he fixed the problem that I was hearing. I never asked him to do nothing. He just got up, went over, fixed it, went back and sat down. And I was like, yeah, man, that's how you know a sound man, or, you know, someone who is a problem solver. They're not waiting. They're not sitting there like, why is that? Friction never booked me, so he's on his own here. You know what I mean? He's going to have to suffer. You see a problem, you fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, you do it in a way where it's respectful. It's like, yo, bro, I consider there's some issues here, so let me just boom, 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 fix that. Boom, there you go, sorted.
Yeah.
If it's not welcomed, it's not welcomed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's the. Sorry, your point was it standards of events or
Quality control and standards.
Quality control standard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely believe the standards of I'm going to use the word loosely. Mature events have changed. If you understand
When you
what
say
I mean.
mature, what do you mean when
I'm being
for
loose
older
when I
age
say
group?
for anyone over the age of 40, 50 upwards.
Right.
It's like, okay, I'm not saying everyone has to go to the club, but you know what I mean? It's like, okay, we're only allowed to go brunches. You know what I mean? Oh, we're only allowed to go daytime. We're only allowed to stand in the park. It's like, you know, why can't we put on our good clothes and go to a club? And maintain that standard that it is for us as well. We started it. How about that? Why don't you just chill and know yourself? Like, it's not just an 18-year-old person's game. I believe the standards have definitely made us feel that the city, especially I have to talk about my city, is not for us anymore. And
in terms of our age group.
Yeah, they just gear everything up for under 25, affluent
true.
money thing, rare. But they don't understand that if the elder generation was out, it would be different standards as well. Do you get what I mean? We're not ready to, oh, he's from the block, he's from that block, let me do this, rare, bring it to the West End, da. And that's what caused the problems. And then elders were like, no, I'm not going out anymore. I'm not going up there anymore. I don't want none of that. I don't want to be around all of that. Because, you know what I mean, certain things happen. This is not everywhere. So everyone will go to and support their local bar and all their local stuff, but then it started happening in the local places. You know, they just want to push. So I just, you know, if you're talking about standards, like I'm just flipping it just a little bit, saying I don't think there's enough quality, mature places to go out. You know what I mean? And especially couples.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people want to take your woman out and dance and drink and you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, everything is jump up.
It's jump up.
Yeah.
Just hold on to your woman and dance.
Yeah, jump
You know
up
what
a
I mean?
speaker box.
and that's what I believe. What in standards wise, that's what you know I've noticed, because I'm a very astute person when it comes to like the scene, because I move on different scenes. I can go reggae, revive, I can go house, I can go drum and bass, I can go, you know what I mean? For years I've been doing it, so it's just like that. London's my playground. No one tells me I can't go anywhere. I go everywhere.
So
let
me put this to you then. As you said that, which I agree with you on that. In addition to that, here was an added frustration that I found as well. Even though everything I described happened at this one particular event that we've been focusing this conversation on, this 0121 festival in Birmingham, the vast majority of the people that were there, I believe, enjoyed the day.
Yes.
They enjoyed the day.
Yeah.
And I think the performances frustrated me, I think, more than the regular layperson in the place, because do you understand? Because of how I am and because of my levels, it frustrated me more than it did everybody
noticed
else.
it, yeah.
Yes. A lot of people, I think it probably just went over their heads and they just weren't really too fussed.
No.
So on the one hand, I'm like, can't we do better? But then I'm looking around, everybody's like dancing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but
Drinking
these people
hands
don't even
outside.
business.
No, they
But
don't.
maybe that it happened so much that they've accepted that as the standard.
Oh, shot.
Oh, wow.
That's a shot.
That's a good point.
That may be what it is. They don't expect much more than that.
As long as they can hear and they get what they want, which is what they came for. Even if there's silence in between, which don't want any silence at all in between things. There's always want to be something happening. But something else on standards, which I'm just going to throw in there, is New Year's Eve. So I didn't want to go out. I haven't been out for New Year's Eve regularly for years, but there was a time where I said to myself, I'm not going out again on New Year's Eve because you're not going to charge me 3 times the price for what you did last week.
Last Saturday,
Yeah.
It's true.
And you're not going to then grab the mic at 3 minutes past midnight and go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and then play Candy.
Click this up. 1 hour 21. Are you mad?
Past midnight.
Right. So one year I did find an event where there was fireworks, there were performers, there was a light show, there was popcorn, there was balloon drop, confetti, all of that was rolled into the event. And I thought, okay, yeah, they've put some effort into it. You know what I mean? So in terms of standards, I'm not sure if you guys think, are we doing more? Are promoters trying to offer more? Or are they just really just saying, like what Grown Folks has just said, we're used to a certain thing?
Don't, whoever that is, behave.
That was frick. I know that was friction.
Behave.
I know it was friction.
Behave.
Don't even bother. Shut yourself in your leg. One pop.
It was low hanging fruit. Sorry, carry on. Forgive me.
No, you know what, Dave, you're right. Go on, finish. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that was more or less, the kind of nutshell. Do we think the promoters are trying to give us more of an experience, or are they just giving us that bare minimum of, okay, I've got a venue, here's some music, enjoy yourself?
Yeah, there's some that do, because I've seen the birth of a lot of promotions, and I have to tip my hat to the Big Business family.
Yes,
because
business.
They've taken New Year's Eve to that level of it's not just music, speakers, and a room. When they started their thing, it was a hotel. It was experience. You could come up, get your food, do your thing, have a nice meal. Then it was a nice comedy show. And then every year they've added new elements to it. So you can wake up, you go there a day before the New Year's Day and wake up and do soca aerobics and this and that and whatever, and do sightseeing and whatever. And they make it a big experience of keeping you out and having fun, not just bringing you in and like you said, here's the thing, here's the steeple, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom.
Yeah. So
go on. Finish. No, yeah. So I definitely believe there are a few promoters out there that are making that extra change.
Who else?
I just
as
think
we're talking about the bad ones, who else is the good ones?
Oh, who else have I gone out?
Because we definitely got to give flowers to Big Business. Salute Big Business.
I definitely I like Big Business at New Year's. I like
Big Business are good all year round.
Oh yeah. I just prefer their New Year's gig out of all of their other gigs.
Right.
Definitely, yeah. But as event promoters and what they bring, they are good all year round. How can I put it? I like what Ministry of Sound do.
Right.
Yeah, in the sense of drawing big name DJs and putting them together as a brand, not just a promoter hiring the place and then saying come down. Right. Sometimes they put their own events on, and it is the cream of the cream. Okay. So you can trust that nightclub, because it's not like that anymore. Sometimes normally it's a promoter hiring out a place saying, yeah, I'm here now, everyone come. Whereas them themselves they've got the notoriety because they're a label, they're other stuff and whatever, to say, hey, come down on the ministry night. We've got these people performing, we've got this going on, and they put together an in-house package that you can get into. I used to give it to My Soul Radio. They used to have, but not New Year's. They definitely used to be able to put on like a mature party for mature people with like proper, like when they split the rooms inside ministry, they would have funk and soul. Then they would have their rare groove room. Then they would have their soul and reggae room. Like you could go into a world and get lost in it. And I think that type of element is good. Also, what's his name? I've done 7 years with him. I can't remember his name. It will come to me. Need a Place to Go.
Okay.
His name's gonna come to me in a second.
It's not Jerry Bascom.
Jerry Bascom, thank you.
Yeah.
Jerry Bascom, one of the most consistent promoters out here. Good crowd, good quality. A little bit samey, like gonna be honest, but he gets it right. You know what I mean? I just definitely believe that there are promoters out there that do that little bit extra, whether it's the extra bit in the dinner and dance phase, and then the party's just going to be a party anyway. Or the ones that put the extra into the party, so it is balloon drop, indoor fireworks, everything to keep you there and let you have fun and bring in the new year properly. So, yeah, and they allow family as well, so the kids can stay upstairs in the room and mum and dad could stay downstairs and party. So it's those type of elements, so you can bring the family out and party.
Okay. Vinyl Sofa says, but when I went to Tottenham Stadium, I said about the sound at the concert where I was sat, which for wheelchair seats was high up and the sound was distorted. Same venue the week or so before where Beyonce fans paid upwards of £200.
Distorted sound.
So does the question to not just the fellas on screen, but also to everyone in the chat, does it make a difference to you in terms of standards if it's a free event or a paid event? Does it make a difference if it's a free event as a consumer?
That's a good question.
As a consumer, does it make a difference if it's a free event or a paid event in terms of the standards that you expect or are happy to accept?
It should be the same. If you're gonna
I think the disappointments. Go on,
folks.
Croc used the term Saturday, and he told me whenever he steps out of his house, he puts his best foot forward. And that's how all events should be, whether it's free, whether it's paid. Do your best.
That's it.
Agreed.
That's it. For me, if it's under my banner, my name's on the line.
Yes.
So I don't care if I'm getting paid $1,000 or if it's just come down and play a tune. I'm representing me and my banner, so I'm going to do myself justice. You know what I mean? And like you said, put my best foot forward, regardless.
As a consumer, I think the disappointment would be the same. So if I've got in my car and gone somewhere, I mean, I've been to free events where I've spent flipping £60 in petrol. So it might be free for me to walk in the building, but it ain't free for me to get here. I've had to drive my car, I've had to park my car, I've probably bought some drinks, I've probably bought some food. So it's not free. Walking into the building is free. So if I've made the effort to come, I would like the things that should be in place as standard to be in place. So for example, if someone's performing, I don't expect the song to be cutting out halfway through. It's not a big deal. Get it right. We went to go and watch, I shared it before, we went to go and watch Angie Stone, and the people in the crowd were shouting, "Angie, we can't hear you." Like, it got to the point where people were literally like, "Come on." You get me? And I'm looking over, and where I was sat, I was on a balcony. I could see the guy by the sound desk underneath me, and he never pressed no buttons, never moved no levels, nothing. He had his pints next to the sound engineering desk, and he just stood there like,
my dude.
Do you know what?
I seen this guy walk from the stage. He must have been one of her camp, and come and stood next to him and was like, I don't know what he was saying, but he was like do something. Do something, man.
Yeah. Let me just add to that real quick before. In fact, we just go through some of the answers in the chat real quick, and then I'm going to follow on from that. Friction. So
from the top,
in terms of thank you. Vinyl Sofa says nope, it should not make a difference. UK Web Boy says yep, 100%. Diva Speak says doesn't matter. A free event is marketing for your paid events.
There you go.
Good perspective. Good perspective. Mr. Diesel says nope. If you're putting on an event, regardless, it should be held at a high standard to represent what you bring.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Yep. Kamzi says if you have an audience, you should do your best, whatever the cost. Vinyl Sofa says because the artists performing deserve to have a decent sound. That's another good point. Absolutely.
100%.
Big up Dazza got skills in the building. He says quality should be consistent. Yeah, so it sounds like everyone's saying the same thing. Kamzi says you are your own representative, do your best. So it seems like everybody's saying they still expect high standards, whether it's free or paid. People expect high standards. Vital Sofa says I could not hear Masego his actual words. So let me follow on from that and real brief because it's like 20 to 11 already. We haven't even touched on our second topic. So Friction, as you were talking about Angie Stone and the engineer didn't want to do anything, this part in there, what have you. Jizza. When we went to do Soundcheck for Jizza on Thursday, all the artists were there to do Soundcheck. The engineers were terrible. This is the Electric in Brixton. So I'm putting the engineers in Electric in Brixton on blast. The engineers in Electric in Brixton were terrible. Their attitude was really bad. One guy in particular, in fact, not even one. There was about three of them. The guy who was running the stage monitoring and the guys who were doing the front of house monitoring, their attitude was really bad. I'll give you an example. Everyone was doing their sound check. The different artists, Killer Keller and Roadblock performed together. Leon Flames and his crew performed. Black Twang and K9. They all came and did their sound checks. The engineer is using a full digital mixing desk that is bigger than the one that I have, which means the benefits of that means when you set the levels for each artist, you can just push a button and save all of those levels as they are for that artist or group. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So Killer Keller and Roadblock came and did their sound check. Me and DJ Specific did ours for the DJ set that we were using. Everything was fine. Then the engineers pissed off. So when Leon Flames and Black Twang and K9 came to their sound check, they started doing their thing, but then Black Twang says, but hold on, where's the engineers?
Yeah.
What's the point of us doing sound check if the engineers aren't here to set and change the levels? And he got vexed, justifiably vexed. Like, anyway, he got vexed. So eventually the engineers turned up and complained, oh, we were told it was finished and blah, 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 doing the sound check. So Leon Flames did his sound check and then Black Twang came on to do his. And the sound, it was a struggle to get the levels where they were. And Twang said to me, make sure they save my settings under my name. So I said, cool. So I went to the engineer and when they were getting ready to finish, I said, please make sure you save the levels to Black Twang. Save it to his name, Black Twang. He says, no, I'm not doing that. I says, how do you mean you're not doing that? You got to save his levels. We've just checked his levels. You've set them. Can you just save it to his name? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. They're all going to use the same one. I can't be bothered with that. They're not going to do that. They're all going to use the same one.
No way.
Why is he there?
No way.
What's the point then?
Exactly.
No way.
Exactly. So this defeats the whole purpose.
I'm not doing my job.
That's what the man said.
Yeah, that's
the man, no, I'm not doing that. They're all going to use the same one. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. They're all going to use the same one. With no other reason. He just didn't want to do it. Which, as you said, defeats the whole purpose of the sound check. So what happened was Killer Keller and Roadblock went on, did their thing, and the levels were set for them. Then Leon Flames came on, and then the levels were all changed for them. And then Black Twang and K9 came on and did their sound check, and the levels were all changed again for them. So all the levels that were set for the artists before have all gone.
Saved. Yeah.
They weren't saved. They've all gone.
It's a joke.
Defeats the purpose of the sound check. And so it was a struggle to really get the sound to sound how it was supposed to be, and that was simply because the men did not want to do their job.
That they're there. You're only here to do this, to play this role.
This is why you're here. You're
here.
paid to do this role. This is why you're here. And they didn't want to do it. When Black Twang K9 were doing their sound check, I was out in the front of the house just checking the levels out where the people would be. And there was one mic in particular that was really, really low. And K9 kept saying it's low. And there was a young lady who was part of Leon Flames. It was low for her. So I'm at the front saying to the front of the house people, yo, that mic over there is ridiculously low. Can you just boost that up? And they're looking around like, well, I don't know, ask him. And I'm asking him. And they're all looking around like they don't know what they're doing. And they're the engineers, you know. They know what they're doing. They run it. They know what they're doing. But they just did not want to do their job. And I don't know if it was... Go on.
Diesel's point here, he says probably it's an engineer that's not even into hip-hop, so they're just rolling with the motions.
Yep.
Like,
I was just going to suggest that. Thank you, Diesel. Thank you, Diesel. Because what I was thinking on the night was, I don't know if it's because we're all black men here, or whether it's because it's hip-hop, or a combination of both. Because all the engineers were white, and all of the artists and performers were black. Actually, not all of them, sorry, because Killer Keller and Roadblock were there, and I forgot Prime Cuts. Sorry, salute DJ Prime Cuts. He was there as well, and Specific. So all of them weren't white, but it was hip hop. Most of us there were black, and it was hip hop. So I got the same feeling. Maybe it's because it's hip hop, or it's because it's us. Well, you're not taking us seriously. Black Twang was saying, "I'm here to work. I am here to do my job, and you're not doing your job."
You imagine, I mean, you put that in another arena or industry. You imagine a Formula One racer, yeah? And you get in your car and you do a test lap and you're like, nah, this car ain't functioning as it needs to function. The brakes need tightening, the clutch the clutch is slipping, the tires. You get me? Like, you are putting my performance at risk. This car needs sorting, so you need to sort that, and that before I get back in this car.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's not that life-threatening, but as a performer, when those things aren't right, it's you they're looking at, you know.
It can be career-threatening. It can be career-threatening.
Yeah, man.
You know? So it was really bad. Putting the engineers, at the sound engineers at Electric in Brixton, fully on blast. Their attitude was terrible. Absolutely terrible for the Jizza show. They did not want to do the sound check proper for Black Twang and K9, Leon Flames, and Killer Keller and Roadblock. Thankfully, it did not mess up the show. Thankfully, it was still a good show. But the sound engineers at Electric in Brixton for the Jizza show were absolutely terrible. They were terrible. They did not want to do their job at all. Terrible. Anyway.
Final Sophie says she has a friend who's a white sound engineer, not his preferred genre of music. He worked harder to make sure that the artist was always happy.
Right.
So yeah, I think it comes down to the individual, and you know, regardless of whether it's your preferred genre, I'm here to do a job. So if this don't sound right, it's reflecting on me.
Exactly. Yes.
I'm the guy behind the desk.
Yes.
Do you remember the KRS One show?
Yes.
Listen, KRS One mid-show, he made his sound check part of the show.
Yeah.
He just made his DJ play a beat and says, right, we're gonna work this out. Make the beat run, and I'm just gonna talk and say, yeah, man, give me. And he's freestyling, saying, yo, give me some more of this monitor over here. Walked over, okay, this monitor here, turn up the tops in this monitor. All right, that speaker there, boom. I need more of this. And he actually made it part of the show because he was not happy with how it sounded. Yeah. And I was like, that my man knows what he wants. And to the point where he was cussing his guys, saying, yo, you guys came in the sound check and you happy with this?
Yeah, that's right.
This ain't good enough. Fix it.
That's right. So that's another element, I guess, to the whole issue of standards and quality control. You know, we go to a concert and the artists can turn up ready to perform and to do a good job, but the people who are controlling the sound and the engineers and whatnot, maybe they ain't doing their job, or they don't want to do their job, like the ones at Electric in Brixton, and it can jeopardize the performance. Like I said, thankfully it didn't. So I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea about the Jizza show or the promoters or anything like that. It ended up being a good show, but the engineers were terrible. Engineers were absolutely terrible. Guys, I'm conscious of the fact it's called.
Horrible.
Go on.
That will make an event horrible if the sound isn't right from, you know, the artist. You don't hear them singing properly, or there's no balance to it. It can really destroy the event.
And you know, the worst thing, grown folks, the worst thing is everyone is going to criticize the artist.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Or the
That's
promoter.
it.
The promoter or
That's
the
all
artist.
that
No
they
one is
remember
going to
is that
criticize.
show was
They're not going to
horrible.
criticize.
Yeah.
No one knows who the engineer is. No one knows who the sound engineer is. But everyone is looking at the artist on stage.
Yeah,
When
'cause I
someone
went to
asked
an
me
Angie Stone
about-
show and it was
Exactly.
horrible. And all I remember is that Angie Stone's show was horrible.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I
exactly.
was going to say. Just yeah.
Exactly. And it wouldn't have been her fault. The same
not her
way.
fault.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been her fault. The same way if the sound was bad and the show ended up being bad on Thursday. It wouldn't have been the artist fault. All the artists performed good. All the artists on Thursday at the Jizza show put on a great performance. But if the sound had been rubbish and their performance had got messed up because of that, it's not their fault. But nobody knows who the engineers are.
Nobody knows. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. They're just, boy, such and such was rubbish. You know, I went to see, and the performance was rubbish. The sound was rubbish.
That happened to a Soul to Soul show I went to see at Clapham Grand. The sound was horrible. I mean, it was absolutely horrible. But all I remember is that was just shit.
Yeah, you see. Anyway, fellas, would you believe it's 10 to 11?
Wow.
We didn't even go to Carnival. Should we go to Carnival real quick? Or leave it till next week?
Well, it's already gone if it's next week.
Oh yeah, truly.
Yeah.
I think it's worth.
Fire Diesel.
Fire Diesel.
Fire Diesel.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
What up?
Sorry, I'm late, mate. Just got back
It's
from
all
work
right.
and all that.
It's all right, mate.
Right?
It's all right, mate. It's all right, mate. It's all right, mate.
Oh, he's just showing off with his wallpaper.
With the
man.
iconic background.
Come
In it.
Let us live,
Ripping the
man.
gang right there, man.
Gang
That's
and
the
all
family right there. You know what I mean? That's the coach trip to Bournemouth right there. You get me?
Yeah, man.
You get me?
Look at that. Look at that.
Fish in tin foil and all that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah, man. Salute.
Let's
I've
go
been
to
listening, I've been
Carnival.
listening,
Let's
I've been
touch on
Yeah?
it, man. Let's touch on it.
Let's
man.
just
Alright.
let's just
do it,
touch
man.
it. I think there's
Alright,
some
let's
do's
do
and don'ts and things that we can share.
All right,
I
cool.
think
Let's
it'd
go.
be nice.
Let's go to it. So Carnival this weekend is Carnival weekend in London. Anyway, Notting Hill Carnival is this weekend. So do's and don'ts for going to Carnival this weekend. Butch, what are you saying? Do's and don'ts.
Yeah, I thought this was a good subject to raise up because it doesn't matter how old you are or whatever. Sometimes you just, you might think you're safe and you might think you know everything, but there's still things to be careful about, still things to, know. Some people stuck in their ways, which is not a bad thing because it keeps you safe. You might, Carnival is definitely one of those things to look forward to, have a great time and enjoy.
So
and I think just being safe is the main thing. So my thing is safety. Do think about your safety. Do think about if things go wrong, what are the plans? If you lose your phone, do you have a backup smaller phone with you, or little things like that? Do you what do you do? What if you lose your keys, if you lose this, if you lose your friends, have that marker, that building. Look, if I lose you, we meet at that tower by 3 o'clock, or that bridge by 4 o'clock, or whatever. Have that set out. Oh, sorry. Number one, get a map.
Yes. Yeah.
Get a map. Old school. They do give them out. The police have them. Everyone walking around has them.
You can
Or
download
bring your
them
own.
to your phone.
But as I said, if you lose your phone,
But
just know where to get them and know near each of the exit points of the carnival. People should give away maps. The ones trying to sell you a whistle and stuff like that. Get the map. It could just save you a lot of time and a lot of worry and angst, so you know where you are.
And why you mentioned the phones, Butch, it's important, I think, for people to remember that a lot of time you're not going to get signal in Carnival. So you can't even rely on being able to call or message somebody to say, where are you, meet me, whatever. So it's important that you make those plans in advance of going to Carnival, because you're likely to find yourself there where you're not going to get a signal to be able to call anybody. And even if you, so bear that in mind. Try and make those plans in advance. Sorry, Butch, what else were you saying?
What else is there? Okay, I know you want to look good. I know looking good is a main thing. You want to be thing, but just Sometimes it's not worth the risk with your jewelry.
Look at UK Web Boy. Wear a slick Rick chain.
As I say it, it's not worth the risk with your jewelry. It's not worth, people think bum bags or waist bags are out of fashion. Sorry, at Carnival, they're your best friend. They're really your best friend because people will go in your pockets. People will jump up and down next to you and stick 2 fingers in your pocket. And I'm telling you now, you won't feel it. You won't feel it. You're jumping up and down. So, and I have to say this as men, wallets, back pocket. No. No. Sorry, don't. It's just sitting there to be taken. Just no. You know what I mean? Just behave. Just really think about it. Because at the end of the day, it's one of those risks. Please chime in if there's any more. Any guys?
Is there still a sort of unwritten rule? Don't wear white trainers.
That's on the individual. I wouldn't risk it.
Wear them,
Yeah, I wouldn't risk white trainers down there.
If as long as you accept that they're not going to come back white.
I'm going to wear my new Jordans I bought this week. I'm wearing the new Jordans I bought this week.
You're running at
them thing they're sexy, boy. I see that. I see them Nikes, boy. Yeah.
Oh, UK Web Boy's got one. Stop the daggering on top of the bus stops.
Bus shelters.
I'm not
buses.
Four people
buses.
Yeah.
And buses. I see people on buses too.
If there's
What is
more
going
than 4
on?
people on a bus shelter, do not mount the bus shelter.
Listen, have you ever seen when the bus shelter collapse when they're on there?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. That's why he's saying it. That's why he's saying it.
It's funny, man.
If you are going with people, like I said, if you are going with people and there's alcohol involved, just
Drink
give
your
know your limits, but also give your friends, peers and everything that space to enjoy themselves and be a bit wild in it, because it's gonna get like that. Don't just be, you're drinking too much, because that's how arguments start. I'm off, I'm walking by myself. That's it, it's gone. Just say they're drunk or whatever, tell them, look, let's step aside, let's have a bit of water or whatever. Just try and, don't be the, what's the word? The party pooper.
Party pooper.
Yeah, but if it's not your thing and they're acting a bit wild, just keep them in mind, but step back. Step back and just watch them and just make sure they're safe and make sure they're all right. Don't let them spoil your fun. You can still dance and whatever, but just be there, because you wouldn't like them to duck out on you, so don't duck out on them type thing.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because I've seen some people that end up in a mess, man, a hot mess, and then people are asking like, how did you're with your people? How did you?
How
like
did
that?
you get that bad? And you're with people.
How did your people make or allow you to
Exactly
get in
that.
that state?
Exactly that.
I mean?
Know your Frick said it right. Know your limits. Know your limits.
Yeah, but I'm also talking about the people with them. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So you got to know your individual
Reel 'em
limits.
in.
But
Yeah.
you got at some point you got to reel them in, man, because I've seen some terrible states.
Also, as well, you might think it's long, but carry change on you. I know everyone's into this tap, 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 but you see that change, that will get you into the toilets. Yeah, people are shotting their toilets in their houses
People
for
have
£2,
card machines for their
£2,
toilets,
£3. I know. I've seen people have card machines, and you're allowed to go in fresh and whatever, and come out, and you tap, and you can go in, but have change on you, because I don't know about your bladder, but when I need to go, I need to go. So if it's gonna cost me £2-3 to go into someone's house, I'm paying that money. You know what I mean?
Sorry. So on that Carnival Strip, people who live there are renting out the use of their toilets.
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
They've been doing that for years,
That's
brother.
big dumper. You know how much money you make? That could redecorate the
£2,
front
bro.
room, blood, after you've got Carnival weekend.
£2,
You
bro.
mad?
Yo, fridge
Yeah,
is not
new
even a
fridge.
joke. Certain yards you'll go to, the woman will go in and clean the toilet every time someone comes
Every
out.
time someone uses it, so
when
it's
you go
fresh
in
and
there, it's
ready.
fresh. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not no joke thing. And they're not
pole for that
silly.
one.
They've got water, food, and everything outside, so they sell up before you even get back out the gate. They're not silly.
Upsell, cross sell.
Upsell, cross sell, yeah.
Hand
That is-
sanitizer, yes, 50.
Yeah, exactly that.
Watch me for moments. All houses turn into rental.
Exactly that.
True,
I'm
though.
sorry.
True.
It's a community vibe, so why not support the local community, man? If you have to pay your £2-3 to go in and use a nice clean toilet, not the porta cabin, a nice someone's home toilet, then I'm paying the money. I'm
paying
paying
their
the
council
money.
tax.
Exactly. You're helping
one
them out.
thing-
You don't know what you're doing. Sorry, go on.
There's one thing we need to be very cognizant of when you're in these kind of events. You see what my brother Dave Knight got on? That hat. If y'all see that flying in the air,
Something's going down.
that's the black signal. That's the black signal. Please reach for your nearest folding chair.
If you if you need to swim. Do what you need to do. Whatever you need to do, make it happen.
No, speaking of that, because you lot are pushing it to a very good thing. If everybody's running, don't join in. It might sound crazy. Step to the side. Find the nearest wall or gate or something. Put your back against it and look after yourself. Don't just run with people, because you could be the person that gets tripped over and trampled on. The safest thing to do is back against the side, back against the wall, look left, look right, make sure you're calm, and then start exiting to see where it is. Don't just run.
Another thing.
Don't just run.
If you want to get home in good time, leave early.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do
Facts.
not wait until
Get
7
there early,
o'clock.
leave early.
Yep, there you go. Get there early and leave early. Don't wait until the thing finish at 7 o'clock to start heading out, because you are going to be standing outside the tube station, bus station, whatever it is, for about an hour. Just trying to get in.
Just trying to get in.
Just trying to get in. And then the tube and buses are going to be jam-packed. It's going to be hot, sweaty, sticky. It's going to be nasty.
They're going to come like after party.
Right.
That's what they
Don't wait until the thing finish before you start heading home. Leave early, about 6:30. Start making the latest.
Well, yeah, I would say,
6:30, the latest.
That's when they start. Yeah, the latest.
The latest.
That's
even
late.
too
That's
late,
actually
really.
late. That's
Really?
late,
Yes.
really.
You're talking at 5 o'clock, really. If you
5 o'clock.
Really and truly,
Get out there.
yes. Yeah.
Because if you're deep in the Powys Squares and the All Saints roads and all of that, you need to start making your way out and get out to the main roads.
Yep.
Sorry, I forgot. Numero uno, number one, whatever you have to say. You see toilet paper, take the middle out and push it in your bag. That's all I'm going to say to you. That's it. Just safety. Just people forget about it. Just take the middle out of the toilet paper, and the roll that's left, just push that whole roll in your bag. Because you never know.
Let me say this: if you do all of these points as a TikTok, you're gonna go viral this weekend. You know, I'm telling you from now. Everything you've shared now, do it as a TikTok. Post it. You'll go viral this weekend.
The 10 Carnival Commandments.
The 10 Carnival Commandments.
It's true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the Carnival Commandments. What?
Let's do it,
Sick.
Yo, can I say one?
Go ahead. We're all sharing everything.
Right. This is something I see at Carnival quite a lot. I don't know if you gentlemen see it, but it's something that I see a lot, yeah? New mums. Don't be taking your little newborn, your 2-month-old, to
brother,
Carnival
please.
in a buggy.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it's bad for their hearing, and it's just bad for them walking through how many people with a buggy. Don't do it.
Even on the Sunday, just for clarity, even on the Sunday, because Sunday's meant to be the more gentle day. Monday's the more.
Not the more gentle day anymore.
Right, it's not anymore.
Sunday is now Monday. You know what I mean? But regardless, don't be taking your baby in a buggy.
I agree with you 100%. If the alternative, if the alternative is not to put the thing, the cross thing, what's it called, the hoist or whatever, and you and your friend can carry the little one with you, and you have to go. Put them in the harness. That's the word, harness. Put them in the harness.
You have to go. Put them in the harness and buy them some noise cancelling headphones.
Yeah.
That's one thing I saw at Reggae Land, because Reggae Land was open for children as well. There was people with, babies in pushchairs and that. Almost every child I saw had a set of noise cancelling headphones. So it's almost like,
that's what it is. Like listen, Kamsi, seriously, the amount of times I've seen it, and probably all you gentlemen that have been Carnival at, maybe you've seen it. Butch obviously has.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like, don't do that. Don't do that. It's not good for you. It's not good for your baby. Don't do
Especially
that.
if there's some kind of panic or big movement or whatever.
Yeah,
that's not going to be a good thing for you to have.
Stay at home. Go next year. Yeah.
And I just see danger everywhere when I go. I can just see all kind of stuff ending up in their babies.
Exactly, flying, drink, everything. Someone walking up on the side of your baby pram. What was that? Nah, man. Sorry, number two. Sorry, number two. Very quickly, while it's in my head, please remember what you're gonna say, Diesel. I think it was you. Number two. Remember your manners. Yeah, remember your manners. Just because everyone's pushing, is nothing wrong with just saying sorry, mate. Excuse me. Sorry, mate. Excuse me. Sorry, bruv. Yeah. Sorry, darling. Can I borrow? There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. And you know what? It could save you from a fight. Don't push past people because you don't know how people are wired. So it's better you come with the manners first, and then they've got nothing to stand on. Even if you did accidentally brush past them or whatever. Excuse me, mate. Oh, sorry, bruv. And you move on. You keep it moving.
Do you know what I think is the bigger challenge with that, Butch? Is when you are on the receiving end of the pushing. You know what I mean? So you might go and have manners.
I understand.
And get through. But when you have somebody boring through you, don't have no manners, that's when you really got to
swallow it. Count to 10.
Yeah, swallow. Yeah. Especially when you on a day like that and there's alcohol in the mix and what alcohol's flowing and what have you. That's when you really got to kind of.
If you want your day to last, you're right. Just learn to count to 10 and learn. Just don't be the instigator and don't try and play hard because you don't know who's what, who's wired different, who's had a bad day, who's in their this shoulder bag that I'm carrying this because I want to be defensive. Rare. Yeah. And don't just assume every young person's going out there to kill you. They're distracted by something else. Yeah, just be mindful, know what you're doing, and yes, identify your first aid bits and where things are. Know what you're doing.
That's a good one.
Yeah, first aid is very, very important. It's normally by the bridges. Always know where that long bridge, because that bridge separates Carnival. So make sure you know where the Ladbroke Grove all the way up to Westbourne Park Bridge goes. Underneath those entrances is first aids all the time. So you should be all right when you know where that is.
Good. And above all else, people, I guess, stay safe and have fun.
Yes.
Stay safe and have fun.
Thanks for that, Butch.
A little something extra, not in terms of safety, but if you download goodmuse.app, we've actually got a list of all the different sounds that are going to be there and where they're going to be. So you can geolocate them and get the directions to where they're going to be. So you can find the different sounds on goodmuse.app. So it's a little guide on there. So you just go to goodmuse.app, download the app, and then you'll see the list. But you can also press map view, and map view you can zoom into Notting Hill and see where they were dotted.
Wow.
It's
not a small thing.
Yeah, that's big.
Mitchie, can we get is there any chance we can get the link to that in the chat if Mitchie Boo is still here? Can we get what's the website again, please, Dave?
It's goodmuse.app. GOODMUSE.app.
Goodmuse.app. If we can get a link to that in the chat,
we'll
that
hopefully have some DJs adding their own after parties in there as well, which will be good.
Fantastic. We've got to send a shout out to Husseini Stevenson on Facebook as well. Salute the Facebook family. Bless up. Good to see you all. I forgot to say we're actually streaming live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook.
We got to start looking into that YouTube chat. There could be people there all chatting and none of us.
It would come up here. No, it would come up here.
Would it come through?
Yeah, it would come up
and say,
here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can see the Twitch chats, I can see Facebook chats, and YouTube would come up here as well.
Oh, that's your end. Okay.
Yeah. It's 6 minutes past 11, folks.
We done well.
We did.
Done well.
It's a good session. I think we need to wrap it up.
Shall we?
Folks.
1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Just so
1 minute?
Everybody knows. We've been doing this thing coming up on a year. That's important, and we want to thank you all for your continued support.
100.
And
for real,
it means a lot, because to do this for a year, and we still have you guys tuning in week after week. That really warms our hearts and means a lot to us.
Well said,
For real.
folks.
Thank you.
Well
Thank you.
said.
Thank
Well
you.
said.
Thank you.
Well said. Salute. Yes. Thank you all. It's amazing. We're here after a year, man. A year. Like every week, consistently for a year.
Yeah.
We've done well. 52 weeks.
And we're live, you know.
Live
We're
as well.
live. We're live. We're not pre-recorded.
No,
Posters, we're
not like
live.
some of your other favorite podcasts.
We are live.
The question is,
You get the raw deal.
Innit?
next
Go on,
week is
Friction.
bank holiday. Are we going to be live
Yeah.
next week?
Have we earned a little break? Just 1 week.
I think
No,
we have.
no.
No?
Whoa. Meeting.
Go on.
So wait a minute.
on, man.
Are we?
Oh,
I have to fly home from Carnival and be ready for 9 o'clock.
Listen.
I mean, those
Light
that
work.
can make it. Those that can't.
Listen,
It's true, you know. We did actually make
normally
that pact.
do
This
an
thing
all-day
doesn't
thing,
stop.
don't we?
Do you know, you're right, grown folks. We're normally on a bank holiday. It's normally when we do the all days.
We do something. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. That's how Alt TV came about.
It's actually
That's
started.
exactly right.
That's how it started. It was a bank holiday.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people didn't want have the
But it
bank
wasn't-
holiday
it wasn't
TV.
This one.
It was
Thank you, Vinyl Sofa.
Gentlemen, there's something happening tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
there's
you
an
heard me
occasion
playing?
tomorrow.
What I'm playing at?
One of us is celebrating a little something.
Celebrations.
End of August. Who's end of August?
tomorrow.
Oh, is it
This
you?
guy right here.
Yeah, it's me.
You end of August.
Last day of Leo. Yep.
Oh,
Yo, Frick, we got some gunshots for grown folks.
I wish I had a lion.
Birthday
I wish I had a lion
blessings.
roar. I've got a wolf sound. I ain't got a lion roar. I need a lion roar.
We need a birthday bomb. A birthday bomb. Give us a birthday bomb. There you go.
Friction.
No, it's not friction.
No, it's not. We know who you are.
Look at Platz's comment.
There you go. That's the closest I can get to a lion roar for the Leo gang.
Oh,
Grown
man.
folks, you
All
see
right.
that? You see
All
Platz's comment.
I see he's starting trouble.
Let me drop a big bomb for Graham. Let me drop a big bomb for Graham.
What?
Yeah, man.
Them Hiroshima.
Happy birthday, grown folks.
Madman.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody in the chat. I really appreciate that.
Birthday blessings, King.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
man.
Yes,
Blessings,
indeed.
grown folks. Blessings.
Thank you.
Another barbecue, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tomorrow, yeah? Tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Hey, I
Oh
was locked
my
in earlier,
days.
Thank you.
So
man.
you know, there is so much we could talk about. There is so much we could talk about. Is Vinyl Sofa in here? There is so much. There is so much we could talk about. But
No.
I think we will leave it there for this week.
Shut it down.
Anywho,
I think we shall move on, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for
As
joining
we
us.
move, as we
stay
move.
safe. Enjoy your bank holiday, whatever you are doing. And I think grown folks, the birthday boy said it right. The show must go on. So, yes, next week.
Bank
Next week,
holiday
next week.
Monday.
Can I
Yeah.
just
From-
add, for anyone that
Diesel.
is going to Carnival, come check me. I'll be at Limerton Road Villas. Yeah, I'm gonna play a set and then I'm out of there. 5 till 6. Come
Is
check
that on
me.
the Monday? Is that on the Monday?
On the Sunday, Leamington
On the
Road
Sunday?
Villas.
Okay,
Yeah,
brother.
that's for anyone that's going.
Remember, say Sunday we are carry out the sound on Sunday now. You know.
Alright, well, that's
Yeah, I'm gonna
push,
make
like,
it work somehow. I'm
And
gonna
Are we
make it
announcing
work
that here?
Just for everyone as well, if Fire Diesel adds that to Good News, you'll be able to follow him, and you'll get notified anytime he adds a new set on there.
Absolutely.
I got my
You
phone in my
you
hand
can
right now,
follow
right?
him like the Find My Phone app. You could just follow him literally wherever he goes. You can just follow him.
What's Diesel doing here at this time of night? What? Hold on, I thought Diesel
You
lived
lot
in...
must want Uzo to kick you down. You lot carry on.
Yeah, you listen. You think Uzo don't know where all of us are all the time? That's Google. Google. Uzo knows where all of us are right now.
He's not in his usual location. Why is he broadcasting from there? He's in his dining room usually. He's upstairs in the loft.
Salute, Lady Uzo, aka
Val
Lady
so for you
Googler.
trying to cause problems. It's
Oh,
like-
she's
slow down.
loaded. She's loaded.
She's buffering. Wow.
Oh dear. Right, 11 past 11.
Before we wrap up,
She's
sorry.
a troublemaker. She's a
Are we-
troublemaker.
Croc,
If you
are
were there,
making-
you get it. That's all I can say.
Are you making an official announcement in terms of the plans for Sunday?
just for, who knows. Yeah. So
Okay.
what we did before on the ends, we're doing it again this weekend. So who knows. I don't really want to say too much because we don't want the whole we don't want the
Whole of London.
the whole of London rolling through.
I think the whole of London will be distracted because the weather's supposed to be good this weekend. So you'll be all right.
It is.
Yeah.
So yeah, people who missed the last one where we all came together, we're doing it again this Sunday. So if you know,
And you know what?
you know.
What I would say is, when you announced that, I was so happy to hear that because I've got a story to share in terms of PTSD from Carnival from when I was 10 years old.
Right.
I have not been to Carnival since 1986.
Wow.
Serious?
Wow.
I have never experienced London Carnival as an adult, and it's because when I went there in 1986, it was a traumatic, horrible experience, and I says I do not want to put myself back in that situation. And it was a time where the crowds were rushing, the police blocked off certain roads, there was crushes, there was Dragon Stout bottles being thrown, and I'm 10 years old. To get me just in the midst of just getting crushed, my dad had to put me on his shoulders. We had to walk how many miles to the nearest train station. We were parked there. We had to walk all the way around there. It was horrible. So I'm agoraphobic. I suffer with issues now as an adult. When you see me go out, more time, I'm holding a corner. I'm not in the midst. Do you get what I'm saying? I've walked with that for years. So when you said you're doing this, I was like, yeah, man. I can come and enjoy a nice outdoor thing, but it's kind of carnival, but it ain't really carnival.
Yeah. Without all the partners pushing and shoving and all of that.
Yeah,
and
man.
all of that. Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Frick, I fully feel you. The only reason I go carnival is because I'm playing and I've got a space. It's the only reason that I ever. Otherwise, carnival ain't seeing me again. I can't do that. I can't. Listen, it's traumatic. The journey there on the trains,
bro.
That's bad enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I'm
I know we need to wrap up.
Part of me feels like, is that why I'm more comfortable behind the sound because it's a controlled space? I'm not rushed.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man.
100%.
When it comes to crowds and that, I'm like, I don't want it, man.
Yeah, for a couple of years, I only did after parties. I didn't go carnival. Just wasn't on it. Just not my thing. So I literally just take a booking, after party, promote that, done. Just stay clear of carnival.
Wow, it's interesting. A lot of people are saying the same thing. Yeah. Miffy Moments.
I haven't been to carnival
Karen.
in probably about 20 some years.
Web boy.
I just don't like those kind of crowds.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah, Sunday we're might be you know what I mean, a nice look. The last one was this Sunday should be nice too. So yeah, if you know, you know. You know. All right, people, thank you so much for rocking with us. You could have been anywhere this Monday doing whatever, and you were all here with us, so thank you so much for rolling through. We hope you've enjoyed the conversation this evening. We'll be back next week Monday because we're faithful like that. You know what I mean? So we will be here next week Monday 9 p.m. Or come and find us at the weekend. All right, whatever you're doing, have a blessed rest of your evening, blessed rest of your week. Catch us on our respective live streams across the week. Don't forget you can catch the replay on Spotify and on YouTube now as well, and also on Facebook. Yeah, so please spread those links, or you can, when you watch them back, you can share the links as well. I think that's it. I'm gonna stop rambling and go and get some food. Peace.
Peace.
Later.
Later.
Respect.
Later.